Welcome back to Health Hacks, where we give you smart, simple tools to take control of your health without the overwhelm. I'm Tara.
And I'm Dr. Jenny, and today we're asking a question we hear a lot in the office. Does organic food really matter? And what if I'm doing my best but I can't afford to buy everything organic?
It's a real question, especially if you're feeding a family or you're shopping on a budget. But the truth is, what's on your plate could be triggering fatigue, hormone issues, inflammation, or even autoimmune flare-ups.
And the Environmental Working Group, or the EWG, just came out with their updated list for 2025. It's called the Dirty Dozen Clean 15. So today we're going to tap into some work that they've already done for us and just talk about what is worth buying organic, what's not, and why these lists matter to your thyroid, your gut, your metabolism, and more.
Plus, we'll give you a few easy food swaps, a clinical success story, and our favorite detox tool of the week.
Okay, let's start with the basics. So the Dirty Dozen are the top 12 fruits and vegetables with the highest level of pesticide residue even after washing. And just to shed a little background on this, the reason why they get so many pesticide residues is a lot of times, in some cases, the pesticides are worked into the soil. Mm-hmm. And that's so they don't have to spray so much, and these things just grow. And as they grow, they're immune to the pests and things like that. And that might be good for pest control, but it's certainly not something you want in your body.
Absolutely.
So the worst of these offenders are things like strawberries, spinach, kale, peaches, and grapes.
And the Clean 15 are foods with the lowest pesticide level. So for these food items, you don't have to worry so much about making sure that they're organic. So things like avocados, sweet corn, pineapple, and onions. And typically these food items come naturally with just this outer protective shell. So like avocados, for example, has that nice skin around it, and you're peeling that off or cutting it off and eating the fruit in the middle.
So why does this matter? In functional medicine, we see firsthand how environmental toxins, and in that list is included pesticide exposure. These things can act as endocrine disruptors, which is a fancy way to say hormone messer-uppers, gut irritants, and immune system triggers.
Which means if you're dealing with hormonal imbalances or maybe some gut issues like IBS, or you're having chronic inflammation or Hashimoto's or thyroid issues, metabolic syndrome, weight management, these chemicals may be part of the root cause.
So let's take glyphosate, for example. This is the most common herbicide used on conventional crops. And what this is it's Roundup. It's like a weed killer, basically. I'm going back. I'm aging myself. In 2020, a study published in the Environmental Health linked glyphosate exposure to increased intestinal permeability. So think leaky gut here. And that's a huge deal for autoimmune conditions and IBS, which leaky gut is a big part of those two things.
Yeah, and studies have also shown that long-term pesticide exposure can disrupt estrogen and thyroid hormone function, especially in women.
Yeah. So here's a little real-life story. A patient in her mid-40s came to us with fatigue, bloating, and worsening Hashimoto's. She'd already been diagnosed. Her labs showed elevated antibodies, that's TPO antibodies if you're a lab nerd, and inflammation. One of the first changes, swap out the top 5 Dirty Dozen items that she was eating for organic. Within 3 months, antibody levels are down by half, and gut symptoms are significantly improved. So what I like about that is we didn't have to do all of them. It's just, this is how you win with small, consistent progress.
We like to call those the 5 nasties.
Yeah.
We like to get rid of those 5 most inflammatory foods. And then it's not magic. It's simply removing those irritants that the body has to consistently defend off for itself. And many of our patients, food is a great place to start.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, let's break this down into actionable hacks that you can use starting right now today.
Okay, so hack number 1 is using the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 as your guide. So the first thing that we like to tell people to do is print the list and either stick it on your fridge or have it in a place on your phone where you can pull it up really quickly, and prioritize organic produce in the Dirty Dozen. So, pick the things that are most contaminated, focus on buying those organic, and then relax a little on the Clean 15 list. So that helps you maximize impact and minimize your grocery budget as much as you can, because we know that it's expensive to go to the grocery store these days.
Absolutely. Hack number 2, wash conventional products with a vinegar soak. So this is a hack that we use in our family and many of our patients use. So even when you can't buy organic, at least you can soak your fruit and your veggies, and we just use just a little bit of vinegar. It goes a long way in this. With some cold water, and you can soak them for 15 minutes, and then rinse them off really good, and then store them in the fridge or in your containers that you're storing them in. And then your kids won't even notice it because you're just using a little bit of vinegar, and then it cleans them off well, and it actually preserves them for a little bit longer. So not perfect, but definitely helpful.
Yeah, and one thing that I like to do when I do this is just fill up the side of the sink. Mm-hmm. With the stopper, fill it up with water, add a little vinegar, and then just throw all the produce in there. Yeah, it's super easy that way. And then that leads us into hack number 3, eating more fiber to help support detox. So cruciferous vegetables. Think of things like broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, any of the green leafy things. These help the liver process and eliminate toxins. It's phase 1, phase 2 detox. You can read more about that if you want to. But fiber binds toxins in the gut so they don't recirculate. Because as you're detoxing, you're liberating and freeing these things up, and you want to bind them as they're exiting the pathway, so to speak.
You definitely don't want to recycle.
No.
You want to get rid of them.
You want to eliminate those guys.
And if you're constipated, it's even more important. If you're not eliminating daily, you're reabsorbing what your body was trying to get rid of.
Absolutely. So this week's feature is a supplement we love. We love Apex's Clear Vite.
We do.
So it's something we use with a lot of people. It's a shake. It's a powder. You make it like a shake. The chocolate is our favorite flavor.
Of course.
But of course I like everything chocolate, so I could cover anything chocolate. But it's a gentle, comprehensive liver detox program that we use in the clinic. There's a eating protocol that goes with it, and we work through that. But it's great for anyone that's dealing with fatigue, hormone issues, and skin flare-ups. A lot of people don't realize the connection between the liver functioning well and hormones being metabolized out properly. So
absolutely,
I would say there's a fair number of hormonal issues running around that really aren't hormonal issues. They're really the liver can't keep up with the taking out the trash on the metabolites from the breakdown of these hormones.
Absolutely. Well said. And this is not a crash cleanse, so you don't have to change your daily routines. It just supports your liver's natural detox pathways, and it's especially helpful if you have high toxin exposure or a sluggish system.
Yeah, so we don't have paid sponsors. We're just sharing what works. If you're curious, ask us when you're in here talking to us, or shoot us a message or something like that. Or even better yet, we have we call them a discovery call, but it's basically a free consult. So if you have questions about anything we're talking about, you can, in the description for all of these, we always put a link to that discovery call. You can ask us questions. If you need some labs, we'll tell you about that. Or if you just have a question, we'll just answer it for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. If you're listening today and feeling overwhelmed, please hear this. You don't have to do everything perfectly. Every step towards health matters.
Yeah, God did not create you to live in survival mode. Your body was designed with healing in mind. Sometimes it's the smallest shifts, like changing your food sources and buying the Dirty Dozen organically. Little things can unlock really big gains in your health.
We believe that health is stewardship, and it's not about shame or about fear. It's about honoring the body God gave you, one choice at a time.
You are not alone in this journey, and you are never too far gone to change something.
Absolutely. If this episode spoke to you, we would love to connect. You will have a link in our site for you where you can connect with us through a free 15-minute health consultation to talk through your symptoms or ask questions about what we do or about your body.
Yeah, check out our website too. It's thrivecfh.com. You can book that call there. You can pull up the blog. Some people, they listen to something and then they're like, oh, I want to go back and read the same content to absorb it a different way. So every time we do a podcast, we also have a corresponding blog. We have tons of information on that site. So check it out. It's meant to be there to help you.
Also, would you do us a quick favor? Share this episode with a friend who's been struggling with inflammation, gut issues, hormone imbalances. Maybe you're thinking of somebody right now that would benefit from this information.
Yeah, and we're cheering you on, and we can't wait to see you thrive.
Yep.